do you have a moment to talk? Or wait, maybe I should still call you Anne instead of Mom? We're not officially family yet, and I want to be respectful of that boundary.
Oh, Parker, of course. Good evening. You may call me whatever you feel most comfortable with. Anne, Mom, either is fine. This isn't about titles, it's about connection, right?
Right, then I'll stick with Anne. So this is about the wedding, mine and David's. There's something important I need to bring up before tomorrow.
Of course. It's come so quickly, hasn't it? Tomorrow already. We're all very excited.
I know, that's why I hate to bring this up now, but I need to ask you not to come.
I'm sorry, what?
The wedding. I'd like you to not attend.
You're asking me not to go? To my own son's wedding?
Yes, I know it sounds harsh, but I hope you'll understand. It's for the sake of appearances.
Appearances?
I haven't told my side of the family that David was raised by a single mother. They're not the most open-minded people, and honestly, it would complicate things.
So you've lied to them?
I've curated a certain narrative. I've told them David came from a stable, traditional background. Both parents, respectable upbringing, nothing messy or controversial.
And my presence would break that illusion?
Exactly. They have expectations. And let's be honest, your story doesn't align with them. Divorce, raising a child on your own, it's not the kind of family legacy I want attached to mine.
So you've built this fiction, and now you want me to disappear to preserve it?
It's not personal. I'm just protecting the bigger picture.
Not personal. You're erasing my entire existence in David's life.
It's not like that. Look, I've even made arrangements so things won't be awkward. I have hired a woman to play your role. She's in her 50s, elegant, plays violin. Very convincing. She'll sit in your place and perform the musical number David asked you to do. That way everything flows and no one suspects anything.
You hired a stranger to impersonate me?
I wanted things to go smoothly.
Does David know about this?
Not yet. I'm planning to tell him tomorrow morning, once everything's already in motion. He won't stop me. He knows who I am, what I represent. He understands that marrying into my family comes with certain standards.
He also knows who I am, the woman who raised him, fed him, worked 2 jobs to get him through school, held his hand when he was sick, stood in every parent-teacher meeting alone.
Sure, but that's not the kind of thing you highlight in a wedding speech, is it? My father will be in attendance, along with several board members from his company. Image matters. David marrying me is already a leap in class, so we don't want any questions about his origins.
You mean questions about me? About how his mother doesn't fit your definition of respectable?
Look, if you were a widow, that would be one thing. Tragic, even sympathetic. But a divorce? That just reeks of failure. And let's be honest, what are the odds it wasn't your fault? Maybe you cheated. Maybe you pushed your husband away. Whatever the case, you didn't keep your family together. That matters in our circles.
You know absolutely nothing about what I've been through.
And I don't need to. I'm not here to unpack your past. I'm just trying to make sure tomorrow goes off without a hitch.
By pretending I don't exist.
Exactly. You're a liability, Anne. I'm trying to be practical here. It's about the future David and I are building. A future that doesn't include reminders of dysfunction or failure. If you love him, you'll understand and step aside quietly.
Love doesn't mean eraser.
It means sacrifice. So sacrifice your pride and sit this one out. And for what it's worth, you should be grateful I'm handling this cleanly. I could have simply sent a security notice and had you barred from the venue, but I thought we could be adults about this.
You're replacing me with an actress, rewriting history, lying to everyone, and you call that being an adult?
It's called diplomacy, something you probably never had to learn in your world, but it's second nature in mine.
And this performer, this stand-in for me, she'll be pretending to be David's mother?
Yes. She's been briefed. She'll smile, pose for pictures, maybe say a few words. No one will know. And you won't have to endure the embarrassment of being scrutinized.
The only embarrassment here is your complete lack of integrity.
That's rich. Coming from a divorced woman with nothing to her name but a rented apartment and a dusty violin.
That violin you just mocked? It's the same one that used to lull your future husband to sleep when he was 4 and crying from night terrors. The same one that played when he graduated high school and asked me to make the day feel special even if his father wasn't there. But I guess that doesn't matter to you.
It's sentimental drivel. This isn't a school play. It's a high-profile wedding.
And what happens after the wedding? What happens when David finds out what you did?
He won't. I made sure of it. Before I messaged you, I turned off his phone. He won't check it overnight. He never does unless there's a sound or a call. I'll power it back on in the morning before he notices anything. But then it'll be too late for him to do anything about it.
So you're not just dishonest, you're calculating.
I prefer strategic. And there's one more thing. After the wedding, I'll be asking David to formally sever ties with you. I don't want his old life trailing into our new one. He'll understand. It's what's best for both of us.
You truly believe you can cut a son away from his mother like trimming off a loose thread?
That thread is tangled and fraying. If he's smart, he'll let it go. I'm offering him a better future, prestige, influence, legacy. You offer nothing but nostalgia and emotional baggage.
And if he says no?
He won't. He loves me. He'll choose what makes sense. I'm done debating this with you.
Then you won't have to. I won't go.
Good. You're finally doing something right.
But let me say one last thing, Parker. You can dress up your cruelty in expensive fabric and long-stemmed roses, but it's still cruelty. And cruelty has a way of unraveling even the most carefully arranged events. I hope, for both your sakes, that David never sees the stitches you've tried to hide. Because when he does, and he will, it won't be the past he cuts off.
You're delusional. David will never turn on me.
We'll see. Weddings reveal a lot more than just flowers and dresses.
Whatever, just stay away tomorrow. That's all I ask.
You'll get your wish.
Anne, please, you have to come to the wedding right now. Please, just answer me. Please?
Good morning, Parker. Is something wrong?
Yes, something is very wrong. You need to come to the venue right now, please.
And why is that? Didn't you already arrange for Sakura to fill in for me? You've got your perfect stand-in for mother of the groom. The violin performance at the reception is covered, and everything else seems nicely orchestrated. I don't see where I'm needed. Seems like you made sure of that.
Don't say it like that, please. This is serious. I'm not trying to argue. I'm trying to fix things. I don't want us to start this marriage with a bitter wedge between us. I don't want to ruin our relationship before it even begins.
Our relationship? Well, that's an odd thing to hear from someone who's made it clear she wants me phased out of her husband's life. You pushed me aside before the wedding even started. You made choices, Parker. Why try to soften them now?
No, you don't understand. That's not what I meant, and it's not what I wanted. I didn't know. Why didn't anyone tell me who you really are? You're Anne M., aren't you? My mother told me to search your full name online. And there you were. Reviews, concert footage, awards, interviews. You're world famous. You're a legend. And I had no idea.
So you finally found out. I assumed you didn't know. But honestly, Parker, you never really showed much interest in music or culture, or in me for that matter. In a world that doesn't care for classical music, it's easy to go unnoticed, even with the accolades.
But still, this changes everything. If I had known, I would never have kept you out. I just thought you were a local teacher or something, doing violin lessons as a hobby.
I see. So if I'd been a nobody, your behavior would have been justified? I didn't realize my worth to you was conditional.
That's not what I meant. You're twisting it. I didn't understand what I was doing until it was too late. I heard about your divorce too, how it wasn't anyone's fault. Just two people who couldn't find time for each other anymore. There's no scandal or drama, nothing that should have kept you away. Please, come to the wedding. There's still time. I swear we can fix this.
Fix what? You made a calculated decision. You kept David in the dark and you expected everyone to just go along with it. And now, because it's falling apart, you want to pretend none of it happened. That's not how consequences work, Parker.
Stop talking like that. I said I was sorry. This isn't about right or wrong anymore. It's about making it right. You don't know what kind of backlash I'm getting. My parents are furious. My relatives won't stop glaring. My grandmother, who adores classical music, nearly burst into tears when she found out who you are. She said it was the one chance in her lifetime to hear Anne M. perform live, and I ruined it. My cousins are grilling me. My uncle stormed out, and the whole room feels like it's crumbling. They said I embarrassed the family and disrespected the groom. They're not wrong.
No, they're not.
please help me fix it? How soon can you get here? We can delay the ceremony by 30 minutes, even an hour if we have to.
I'm not coming.
What?
David called me. He told me the wedding is off.
Off? What do you mean off? He wouldn't.
He would. He did. He told me everything. How you turned off your phone last night and this morning. How you deliberately cut him off while finalizing a plan that excluded me. He said the person he most wanted to celebrate with was denied a seat. He cried, Parker. He cried and told me this wasn't a wedding. It was a trap.
No, he said that?
Yes. He said he didn't want to be manipulated into a lie. That a marriage built on half-truths and control wasn't one he could commit to. That he couldn't trust you, not after you hid something like this from him.
I didn't mean for it to go this far. I thought if I controlled the mood, the people, the setting, it would be smoother, less complicated.
But people aren't props, Parker. We're not here to be arranged into your perfect scene. You tried to script love and it backfired.
I was trying to protect something. I thought if I could just maintain the narrative, there'd be less tension, less distraction. I didn't want his famous mother overshadowing everything.
Then maybe you shouldn't have tried to marry the son of the woman you planned to erase. You were never protecting the wedding. You were protecting your own control.
So what now? He just leaves me just like that?
David told the guests. He made an announcement and explained the situation. He returned all the gifts, thanked everyone for coming, and asked them to head home.
No, that can't be. I haven't even walked down the aisle.
And you won't. I'm sorry, Parker.
Wait, where are you now? Are you still in town?
Not for long. I have a concert to prepare for in another city. Now that the wedding's canceled, I'm heading out earlier than planned.
No, please don't go. Don't just disappear on me like this.
I'll be driving shortly, so this will be our last message. And I think it's best we leave things here.
Anne, please, don't shut me out like this. I know I messed up. But can't we talk? Can't we fix this?
One final thing. I heard from David that the marriage license hadn't been submitted yet. At least you're spared the legal entanglements. A small grace in a sea of mistakes.
Anne, please.
Goodbye, Parker. I sincerely hope you grow from this.
Please don't leave me like this. I didn't mean to destroy everything.
Even after I ended the message, my phone kept lighting up with notifications, one after another. Parker just wouldn't stop. Desperate calls, frantic texts, voicemail after voicemail. It was endless. I gave it a bit of time, thinking maybe she'd cool down, or at the very least run out of things to say, but no such luck. If anything, her messages got more intense, more erratic. Some were tearful apologies, others were bitter and accusing. And then there were those bizarre ones that didn't seem to know what tone they were aiming for, half begging, half threatening. Eventually, I'd had enough, so I did what any sane person would have done. I blocked her number, completely shut the door. I wasn't interested in hearing any more excuses or witnessing another emotional outburst. I just wanted peace. After that, I didn't hear anything directly from her. The updates came through my son instead. It turns out that canceling the wedding, especially last minute, had serious consequences. Parker, being the one at fault, ended up on the hook for everything. She was ordered to pay the full cancellation fee for the wedding, which had been planned down to the last extravagant detail. And since she was marrying into a wealthy and influential family, the event had been set to take place at one of the top venues in the region, complete with catering, florals, and entertainment, and a high-profile guest list. This wasn't your average ceremony. It was a grand-scale production. Naturally, the costs reflected that. By the time all the cancellation fees, penalties, and emotional damages were tallied, the amount Parker was responsible for had ballooned to a jaw-dropping figure, well into the 4-digit thousands. It was the kind of number that could sink someone financially for years. Her parents were absolutely livid, and who could blame them? They were prominent figures, her father a company president, and they had invested a great deal of time, money, and reputation into this wedding. From what I heard, they did end up covering the immediate payment just to keep things from escalating into a public scandal, but they didn't do it out of love or support. No, they treated it strictly as a loan, a cold, calculated transaction, and they made it very clear she was no longer welcome in their home. They disowned her, In one sweeping move, she lost not just her fiance, but also her family support, her social standing, and whatever future she thought she had built. They didn't mince words either. From what my son told me, they packed her things, cut off her bank accounts, and told her she needed to work off every last dollar of what she owed. So now she's apparently working a live-in job somewhere, probably at some back-end facility or small hospitality business. Room, board, and minimal pay, just enough to scrape together payments and chip away at that mountain of debt. Meanwhile, my son has his own share of stress to deal with. With all the gossip and tension surrounding the whole debacle, things started getting a little too uncomfortable at his job. Whispers followed him in the hallways, people stared, some even asked inappropriate questions, treating it like a juicy drama instead of the personal disaster it really was. So after giving it some serious thought, he decided to resign. It wasn't an easy choice, but I supported him. Sometimes the best way to move forward is to start fresh. Thankfully, the timing worked out. I just launched an overseas tour with my performance staff, and we needed more hands on deck, so I offered him a spot on my team. He accepted, and now he's going to travel with us and help manage the logistics behind the scenes. It's a chance for him to clear his head, see the world, and rebuild, step by step. We're both moving forward, and that's what matters.
Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.